Morning. This is Bill Rice with Kaleido. Thanks for joining us for our Referral Marketing for Attorneys webinar. We're going to talk today a lot about referrals, which is probably a little different than what you're used to when we're talking about digital marketing. For the most part, whenever you're thinking about digital marketing, you're probably thinking about getting new clients and that sort of thing. We really want to focus on your referral partners today and hopefully give you some ideas and some techniques and some strategies to kind of improve that funnel and maybe think about it a little bit different and definitely think about it in the context of online marketing. So let's go ahead and get started. Here's our agenda for today. We're going to actually keep it really tight, only about 20 or 30 minutes, and then we're going to open it to questions and answers so that you guys can really get your very specific questions answered. But hopefully as we go through this agenda, it'll get you thinking about the types of things that you're already doing and maybe the types of things you want to be doing so we can have some really good question and Q&A time. So the agenda is we're going to, first of all, sort of think about referrals and get you in the right frame of mind, the right context for where you get your referrals from. And again, sort of start to tweak your mind a little bit. I know all of you are getting referrals and you're probably really familiar with sort of intaking those referrals, but I want to start getting you to think about where do they come from and what's the process of actually acquiring a referral and actually making more referrals happen. And then we're going to talk about becoming systematic about developing referrals. One of the biggest problems with referrals is they're not necessarily consistent. And so we're going to try to improve that with some systems. And then, of course, designing the actual online referral capture system. So making your online presence better capable of actually capturing the referral versus having to rely on maybe a phone call or a transfer of a business card or those sort of things. But we want to actually create and design your website and some other web assets to be better and more capable of actually capturing those referrals opportunities into your system. And then, of course, building a system by which to nurture those. We know even with referrals, they're not always immediately ready to become a client for whatever reason, or they're not necessarily immediately going to engage you. So we want to talk about sort of that nurturing process and how to create that. Right off the bat, I want to let you know that there's no reason to hold your questions to the end. We've got actually on the GoToWebinar, you have the ability to ask questions. I'll be watching that and try to answer those in real time as they sort of fit with the presentation. And of course, if I don't answer them during the webinar, we'll get it during the Q&A. Out of band, or if you're watching this from the recorded version, certainly go ahead. You can call me directly, email me, or use Twitter. But definitely ask your questions. Don't hold back and engage us, and we'll answer all of those questions again, whether during the webinar or out of band or after as a result of the recording. So again, here's all my contact information, and I encourage you obviously to sign up for the newsletter because we'll be constantly giving you new updated marketing information all the time. So it's a really good source to get ongoing information and ideas from us.